switch to another class if he so chooses. So going into game 2, it looks like that exact scenario happened. Chance gonna go with the rogue here. Debra deciding to try his luck with Paladin now in game 2. I'm not sure who would be, considered favored here. I know Rogue typically considers themselves favored in just about every matchup, so if you ask them, they'll probably say they're favored. Debra, though, with a really nice curve to start out with. He's got the mini-bot into Muster. The coin mini-bot into Haunted Creeper into Muster. I apologize. That was a mistake on my part. I forgot that he used the coin there. So even better start. And now he picks up the second shielded mini-bot, so he's able to slam that down as opposed to the Haunted Creeper. Both would have been viable. The shielded mini-bot rather does do a little bit more damage. He was hoping that Chance did not have double backstab in his opening hand, which would have allowed that to stick and put more pressure on the board for a couple more turns. But if he had known that, he would have played the Haunted Creeper. But the odds that Chance had both backstabs were not great. But he had it, so Debra, not a huge deal for him. He was able to follow it up with a Muster for battle, which is really strong. 3-drop really floods the board. Only would have been punished by like a Fan of Knives for Chance, but he had the answers to the first 2 minions with the backstab, but did not have the Fan of Knives to clear that up. So a couple of those are going to stick around after the weapon from Chance. Now Debra here on turn 4, looking with that Paladin Shredder, but debating playing it because of how well the Violet Teacher trades into it. He's going to go ahead and go with it anyway, because it's just a strong minion, and probably feeling pretty good about the minion coming out of the Shredder able to finish the job. But this sap that Chance just picked up is going to just be a huge tempo play. That's what sap is. It's just a huge tempo play. Basically undoes your opponent's turn for the most part, in most cases, and allows you to keep your minions on board, obviously. So just a huge tempo swing. That's the purpose of the card. Chance was even able to pair it with that SI7 to establish more of a board presence. And now since Debra does not have a way to answer that Violet Teacher, he's going to get even more value. Ooh, and this Fan of Knives coming out that we talked about earlier will allow the trade in here. He's going to have to try to navigate this secret. So he's testing for Noble Sacrifice first. It was not Noble Sacrifice, so the next best option, or I should say the next most likely option, is going to be Avenge. So that is why Chance decided to not attack with the minion first. He went face to see if he could proc the Noble Sacrifice. If he procs the Noble Sacrifice, he probably kills the Haunted Creeper with the Violet Teacher, and then is able to Fan of Knives to clear his opponent's board. However, he guessed correctly in that since it was not Noble Sacrifice, it was probably Avenge, so he didn't want to give his opponent the value from Avenge there. So he just went ahead and threw out the Azure Drake to establish more of a board pressure on his side of the board. So now Debra with the Cog Hammer is not able to deal with that Violet Teacher just yet. It will allow him to clear off this Azure Drake, which is what he's going to do because spell power from Rogue can just be really strong, especially when you're already set down to 10. So now he's going to proc the Avenge because he has to, due to the nature of the taunt, has to get through there. Not a huge deal because whatever minion was avenged was able to trade in the SI7 to get rid of that. He's able to weapon as well. He could very easily just go face here, and that's what he does, putting Debra down to 7 already with a pretty good board presence in hand. Dr. Boom was just so tempting here, but if you do it, you die, so you just can't do that. So we'll see what he opts for here. If there's a way out of this, he doesn't see it, so he's just gonna go ahead and concede game 2 over to Chance, and that will even up the series at 1 game apiece. So Chance had a really strong opening hand. He was able to answer both of those shielded mini bots, which can be really annoying and generally are very annoying. But fortunately for him, he had both of them.